I wonder if this game was like 1v9able.
Okay. You wanna know if this game was 1v9able. Let's see. Okay. Think it's not worth you're doing this because you awarded, but it's not worth being this much slower to avoid it. And then it also does nothing because if they're paying attention and they just pan the camera, they'll see the red buff is pulled anyways. And also when the dies, even if they're not paying attention, they'll see on the minimap the icon disappears. So this is just pointless. You're just slowing down your clear for basically nothing. So don't do that. Happens, I guess. And you also missed your award. That's funny. All right. Looks like Warwick just was clearing downwards. Looks like he did something weird. It looks like he did. I don't know what the fuck he did actually. Maybe he did like Raptor start into Wolves Blue Ground. I don't know. So he did something fucking weird. Uh. Okay. Actually no. Maybe he just started red, but his is already. Actually no. I don't know what the fuck he did. Actually, it's impossible to know. Raptors Wolves Blue Ground's my best guess. But it's not normal for Warwick to start Raptors. But anyways, full clear into Raptors. As we're on Raptors, we see mids fight. Wait, when do we flash? Oh, you have to flash from this guy. Well, I think it makes no sense for you to pull it downwards. You see, first of all, when you see he has buff, that means you know he doesn't have red buff, so he's gonna go to his bot side camps, and then obviously Warwick's always gonna beat the fuck out of Talon early. There's not even a discussion on who wins the 1v1. So I think when you see Warwick is obviously bot side, um, you should just either assume that. I mean, you can never fight. You don't have prio mid. You don't have prio bot. You have a losing 1v1 matchup. You should just either instantly recall after blue buff, or you should just after blue you should run to top grab, or probably just instant recall. Kiting this towards Scuttle makes no sense because you can never even fight Scuttle anyways. Um, and I think that this is bad because obviously you get your flash burn and you're slower on your camps. Afterwards you see this guy's fighting, you kill him. Thankfully. Okay, go back to our camps. Clear it down. He does dragon. We should just look to base here. We have a lot of money. We're just gonna back up and leave. Perfect. Let's see what we're getting Smith. So we're coming to counter dive. Think just hit the guy in front of you. Don't have to chase. Like doesn't matter who you hit. It's under tower. So you should just boom hit this guy. Once it, obviously you get stunned, it's obvious this guy's out. You're not gonna reach him with Q. You don't have no flash. Just start hitting this guy auto Q. Bait him to fight. The thing is, he can't hit you because if he hits you, he gets to aggro. So he has to ignore you and keep walking. So you're just able to hit him, and he can't hit you. And if you can bait him to hit you and he gets tower shot, you might be able to kill him running down. If not, it's chill. Clear the wave, push the wave in, go to our red. Everything's pretty normal. You see this guy, I think when Warwick's level 6, your 1v1 is pretty impossible to win because he just has ult and E. So I'm not too excited to fight top side here. Yeah, I don't think this is very good to go for. I mean, I think we talked about yesterday. The counters to assassins are CC number one, and B is also like tanks, people you can't kill. Warwick is kind of both. Not only does he have CC with his E and his ult, but his E also gives him damage reduction, and he also obviously has so much life, like built-in lifesteal, that I never want to fight him 1v1. And then by extension, unless my Riven is like 4-0 and fucking Aatrox is 0-4, unless I have like top lane is like so much clearly stronger than their top laner, which isn't the case. If your 1v1 start losing, why would your 2v2 become winning, right? Um, and even let's say Riven lives and it's 1-for-1, do you think using Flash and ult is worth a 1-for-1? Because now you have no Flash or ult for like the Dragon. I mean, you have no Flash for the Dragon, but you have ult backup. But now you have obviously you can't play for Grubs now because now you have no fight. If you respawn, maybe you can play for Grubs, but now you're spamming you want to fight, or I don't know what the fuck you're pinging, but there's no way you're fighting the Grubs with no Flash and ult now. And it was what 10-25. I don't know. Don't have to fight. I think you're probably just trading. Maybe you're like it sucks. Like oh shit, you got first dragon. I really want to get the first grubs, but it's just the matchup. There's no way you can fight this guy. Uh, I think if he plays for grubs, you should just trade bot side. You have wolves up. His bot camps are probably spawning soon. Also, if we press tab and look at all these lanes, let me pause when you press tab. If we look at all these lanes and we ask, okay, I am Talon, who is the easiest person for me to kill in this game. Warwick, fuck no. Aatrox isn't terrible, but he's just, tank and resolve, melee bruiser, has two dashes, ult gets speed up. Kiana has invis up the ass. Um, then we see Ziggs and Lux, two immobile squishy champs. If I have a choice to fight 2v2 top, or fight 2v2 mid, or fight 3v3 bot, the answer is always bot lane, right? These guys are by far the easiest people to kill. Um, they have no way to really stop you. Lux Q and it's like Lux Q and Ziggs W is it, right? So if you had a choice to fight anywhere, it'd be definitely bot side. I don't know. I just think your 1v1 is really, really hard losing, and unless Riven's God, you should not do this. Flash and ult just for one kill is not worth. If you just do Yomu, Wolves, Gromp, and base, you'd base on full Yomus, and now you'd have Flash and ult to just kill their bot lane. I think if he plays for Grubs in your bot lane, their bot lane should just die. Like even right now, if you imagine you had Flash and ult, look how their bot lane's playing. Literally under tower, immobile squishies. This should be fucking double kill, or at least one kill plus like double flashes or something. These guys cannot play like this. Versus Yomu's count down if you have Flash and ult up. So the game plan should always be give grubs and kill bot lane and trade bot camps. That should always be the game plan. I think if you give grubs but you get double kill bot, that's completely worth for you, and you're just gonna farm. It's similar to yesterday where the matchup's hard, but if you get two items while there's still one item, then even in like the worst matchup, you're still able to kill him because it's just item gap is just simply too big, or level gap is simply too big. But that's not the case currently. Okay, Aatrox pushing. We get a freebie. Half HP, and we have Yomus now, so we one-shot him. Boom. Nice job. Probably just base now. You have double longsword. It's the speed to run all the way from top to wolves is the same as fountain to wolves. And you're getting a double longsword. I don't want to cross map from top all the way down here. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you started this camp by smiting it. Obviously he's gonna take it. I mean, I know why you didn't have W, but just wait for your W to come up. You're just being impatient. Then you take this guy's wave, and I have no idea why you're mad at him. No ult, no flash. You could be throwing no throw W earlier. You're not getting hit. He's hitting him, so start hitting him, start slowing him. I don't know. You're just watching your teammate die. You're not throwing any spells. Where it can't hit you and Kalen at the same time. So if he's hitting Kalen, you can just fucking full hit him. You're not like you're weak. Look at the damage did. WQ did what? Half his HP. Imagine some extra autos. Dark Harvest proc. Another W. Obviously, the earlier you use your spells, the earlier they come back up. Close. Funny enough, he dies if you have the double longsword I talked about. Boom, 100% he's dead right now. And then he wouldn't get the Z off, so you wouldn't die. So yeah, this is why even double longsword matters. So yeah, right now you're 3-2. I think so far this game, you shouldn't have neither deaths. You shouldn't have died top, shouldn't have died here. And obviously you get this kill, you're 4-0. I think there was a time where if you didn't go top and you went bot instead, you would have killed their bot lane, so I think you'd be 6-0. Or at least let's say 5-0. I don't know, if you're 5-0, you'd have your full second item right now. It's not like the game's won on the spot, but I definitely think the game's win more playable. As you said, it's potentially possible to 1v9. It's not a bad game for Talon because the only one that could really counters you is Warwick. Everyone else you're pretty happy versus. If you're 2-3 items, Kiana's like technically 2-3 items you can one shot her before she goes into invis. Ziggs Lux is self-explanatory. Aatrox you've seen every time you went top lane. Since you've completed your moves, he basically gets one shot. So I think if you get fed enough this game, it's definitely playable or winnable. Now we're 2 items. Obviously, when the game's this bad, your job is just to perma run around and try to get picks. Yeah. I haven't seen you jump on Lux or Ziggs once this game, and I want you to. Like here, um, again, Warwick's the only one with CC. So when you get the notification Warwick has slain the turtle, you know he's here. I see Ziggs once again, immobile squishy, hitting a tower. Why don't we just E R W Q? With these items, if you're not, there's no way you don't one shot Ziggs with these items right now. If he's pushing and using he's probably gonna W this tower when he breaks this tower in a second as well. And then his only mobile ability is W, is just then down. And this is a good example when I said that even in bad matchups, if you're up 2, 3 levels and you're up a full item, you'll still one-shot them. So in this case, you're literally up exactly 3 levels and he's 1 item, you're exactly 2 items, and boom, you one-tapped him before he could CC lock you, before he can, E damage reduction, before he can ult. He just gets fucking one-tapped. Vel'Koz didn't really do anything. So that's why in early mid game when you're even versus these champions, that's why you just fucking ignore them, give the grubs, trade as camps, trade bot tower, trade bot gank, and then if you get a 2, 3, 4 level lead, 2, 3 item lead, that's when doesn't matter how bad the matchup is. This guy could be Rammus, you'll still kill him. So that's why it's really important when you're in a weak matchup early, you just have to fucking perma trade and get your items up. But if you keep trying to fight him when you don't have items, then it's gonna be bad. I don't think you should also go Last Whisper over Warhammer because you already see that their top jungle have double tab buys, so you shouldn't just auto buy. You should just click the buttons yourself. Double tab buys is already plenty of armor for you. Also, CDR is not that important because you're usually killing people with one spell rotation, WQ ult. You don't need 2 Ws or 2 Qs. Like that was a perfect example. If you had Last Whisper over Warhammer, instead of being 23 HP, he would just die to this, and then maybe you wouldn't get scared and flash away. I mean, you wouldn't have to flash anyways, but you get the idea. Okay. So I'm still waiting. I still haven't seen Lux or Ziggs on your screen once this game, so I'm still waiting for that. I don't know why we haven't fought those guys. Did you eat a tower instead of queuing him here? Yeah, you did. The ult, you're dead here. Yeah, I guess it's down. It must be down if you. Okay. Oh, fucking first time this game you have Lux and Ziggs on your screen, and they were already dead to your teammates. So you just came and yoinked it. I don't mind the yoink. I just think it's funny that where your teammates in the game, that's the first time I've seen you fight them. And now they obviously got fucking one tapped. Okay. Got dragon. Or 3 items. Now we should look to base ASAP. You have item. Yeah, like instead of you see how you're running to fight mid, I have my throw item spike. Unless there's like a very clear, obvious, guaranteed killer fight, I'm just basing. You have no ult, you have no flash, you have full throw item. Why would you run mid here and say, yeah, let me kill this guy's TPing with no ult, no flash? So I don't know. I shouldn't even fight here. I don't even care. Like, kill him, don't kill him, die, don't die. None of that matters to me. It's the fact that you have 2,000 gold and you're looking to force, and you even have perfect Ionian base too. Like, why even fight here? If the enemy team is good, they pull Otacon the second it spawns. You're up in 33, Otacon's up in 36. So they all 5 hit it. They'll it takes 15 seconds for them to kill. It takes 15 seconds. Like they'll kill before you get there. So I doubt they'll do it because it's platinum. But if they're good, they instantly pull Otacon, and then you lose Otacon for no reason. Or in this case, it's even worse. They get double inhib. So yeah, this death is terrible. Your one death caused them to get 2 towers and 2 inhibs. It's like game losing. It sucks, but when you're the strongest guy on your team, you can't have any bad deaths. One death can instantly lose your team the game. And then even if you have a 0-10 top laner, I'll say you're the reason why you lost, because your death is what caused them to win, not your 0-10 top laner. It's a double inhib. Now with the being double inhib down, it's really hard to actually play the game. We'll see how we do it. Probably just we have 2 different mobile spells, like alt is it's not a dash, but it gives you so much movement speed to invis that I'll count that as a mobility spell. And flash is obviously your other mobility usage. You always want to save one of your mobility spells for their CC. So if it's against Warwick, you're gonna try to ult his ult or flash his ult. If against Kiana, she only has one thing, which is her ult, so you're always gonna try to flash her ult or ult her ult. Here you just use both your mobility spells, flash and ult, before anything, so you don't have it to dodge. If you just ulted on her and then flashed her ult, or flashed on her then ulted her ult, you'd kill her. And but now we just use our flash and ult for nothing. We're just down a summoner now. And then obviously we lose Otacon. I think the Otacon death is more from the double inhibs. After you get double inhibs, it's pretty impossible to contest it because you're always gonna have someone need to cover bot, so you're always gonna have a 45 on top side. Okay, dragon's up, playing for a flank. Nice kill on Lux. Don't need to help. Don't know why you're running into them. Like, I think when I see this half HP Lux, I think your W just kills him. He's level 11 with no armor. So this guy kills him. Like, the idea you're going for a flank is good. You're not walking with your teammates right side here. You're going from a flank. This is really good. This is what you need to do. This is bad. But then you stopped it. You did something really good, and then you reverted back to no brain. So this is great flank, great flank, great flank. Sick. This guy's dead. Back to the flank. Go like this way. You could E over dragon wall. You could E over this wall. You can go like you could loop to loop the around, right? You got the flank, perfect. Go for another flank. You could ult if they go on you. You have Edge of Night still. You have ease for fucking days. E this way if they go on you. You're gonna Evo a Dragon Wall, and then you just fucking revert it back to I'm just going to run into them, and oh shit, I'm dead. I mean, you should be dead, right? It should be Warwick ult into Warwick E into Kiana ult. Yeah, you did die. See, I think if you don't die here and you just play patient and just you stand here, you could W poke, E over the wall, do whatever. You should ace them here, and I think you probably you get Dragon. Because if you don't die here, who's the fuck can deal with you, right? Lux is dead, Kiana's half. Ziggs is also on mid, so if you were playing this side, you're also zoning the Ziggs, because he can never walk into you, because he'll die, so he has to go like... This guy either will never enter the fight, or he has to do like some crazy shit like this, you know? And by then the fight's already over. This guy will never be able to walk in, if you're standing in this area. And then you're threatening to go in, you're threatening to flank, and you're threatening Ziggs. You're threatening three different things, and you're making yourself not a target. But if you just run into them, you're obviously going to be a target, so... Looks like your team barely won this fight. Or no, they lost. I think if you just played to flank instead of just running in, you would have aced them and got dragon. Now they get dragon. Now that's their third. Nice pick on Lux. Not sure. I mean, I guess you have Axiom Arc, so it's fine to ult. But in my head, you could just E over this wall and then just QW and kill him. He's level 12. You're level 17. You don't even need a. It's just like overkill. You're killing this guy with fucking pebbles. And if you have an ult, you could chase down the Warwick easier and kill him as well. And it's just a big deal because if you can kill Warwick here, I think just pull Baron, right? Lux is dead, but that's your support, and then you trade sorry, well, Gazeb, that's your support, but then you have, it's just 3v4. You have 4 people alive, they have 3 people alive. So if you killed Warwick there, I'd say fuck it, just pull Baron. They have no smite. You not kill him, really? You clicked away here, but he, my head, you just stay invis, and instead of walking right, just stay here, and then your Q, auto, and then your W comes back up. And I feel like that should do enough. I think you're underspending your damage here. With Grudge, he doesn't have any armor besides Tab Eyes. He doesn't have Death Stance or anything. This guy, pretty sure this guy gets popped. And Vel'Koz is on his way too with ult, so I think you're slightly too scared. If you're gonna go for this, then you just commit to it. You also shouldn't get hit by 2 Qs as Talon ever with your ult. It gives you so much movement speed. You could just ult, and then just run left to right in invis, wait for him to throw his Qs, and then QW. Yeah, you see this damage? You see, and basically, everything you just did right now you could have done before, but now you're obviously way lower than before. Before you're full HP, now you're going in 40%, and it's not even, and here you actually got hit by the Q outer, while on the one, but one before you got hit by the Q inner, the Q2 inner. So you see how, if you pop this guy here, you could have popped him before 100%. So yeah, but I know now it's too when you're versus champs like Ziggs, Lux, and they have inhibs down. It's so hard to play the game because even if you ace them, you can't leave your base because you're forced to fucking wave clear. It's pretty hard to do shit at this point. We're just perma getting kills. I think you have to kill spamming Baron. You don't need a base either because you'll just health regen. You need to do Baron while they're dead. Perfect. Nice. Dragon spawning in 30. Clear our inhibs. Kill this guy. I think again you're overkilling. Like Lux is the most useless guy in their team, correct? Like he's the support. Every single other person is more useful. I'm saving my ult for anyone else. Aatrox, Warwick, Ziggs, Kiana. This is your third ult on this guy. You just suicide for support. You're the strongest guy on your team. You just suicide to kill their weakest guy on their team. So yeah, I think you play more patient. Again, just WQ. Don't need to chase after him. Don't need to ult. Again, you could just ult. You could just E over the wall here if he flashes, and then just WQ kills. That's obviously obvious. Your level 18 is level 13. You'll ult the Kian ult, and then you'll live. And I think here should be a winning team fight. I think you should ace them here, and then I don't think you can end because of minions, but you could definitely stop them getting soul. Maybe get like 2 mid towers. But here obviously they get soul here. I assume they get double nexus tower, triple inhib, and now it's just too hard. So yeah, I think you could have won this game potentially at this dragon if you just didn't run in and die. So I think a lot of time this game, funny enough, you're underestimating your damage. This is you keep ulting for Lux makes me think you don't know if you're not sure you could kill her with just WQ. And obviously the example on Aatrox up here, you're not going for him when obviously you saw 20 seconds later that you can one-shot him as well. So a little damage test, so get more confidence with your damage. And also I think this game, I still would say, even though you had lower amount of deaths than usual, I do think all of 5 of your deaths this game were preventable. Like normally, I'm a big fan of good deaths. Like okay, I die, but it's 3 for 1, it's chill. Every single one of your deaths this game was not necessary, or you died for like a 1-for-1 or something. So I still think sounds funny to say you should be 15-0 this game, but I think all your deaths were very uh, unnecessary deaths. First one was suiciding for top kill, 1-for-1, which you didn't have to do. Second death was what was it? Let's watch all your deaths this game again. This one was, I mean, if you bought up a longsword, this guy dies, or if you hit Warwick while he's hitting your Caitlyn, these guys would have died earlier because they would have been lower. So the second death also. Third death was so that's one of the biggest things I want from you is to have less deaths or less bad deaths, and also spend your money more because there's also still plenty of fights. I thought one fight on mid you died with grudge. You had grudge inventory and you still fighting for no reason. Um, yeah, this is just a grudge death. So every single death is unnecessary. And every single time you died, I know it sucks, but every single time you died was like a like mid late game was like a tragic thing. Like your guys were actually doing a good job stalling the game, wave clearing, not letting them through. The second you died, they instantly broke both inhibs, and then you saw for the rest of the game, playing with two inhibs down is so fucking impossible. Um, or just so hard. Because even if you kill them, you just can't progress on the map. So, yeah, this death again. Don't forget to keep flanking, keep flanking, keep flanking. Never run in. And then last death was obviously at the last fight. So, any question? I definitely think this game is unwinnable. Just need to avoid these deaths and use your ult better. Any questions? Also, there's the big one is the grub on. Give the grubs and play the trade. Just accept that if I have a hard matchup because he has a lot of CC or he's really hard to kill because he's tanky, just be like, okay, I'm just gonna farm up, and if I have a full 2 item lead or a full 2 level lead, then I can one shot him. And as you saw that one time on mid lane, when you do have such a massive lead, then doesn't matter how bad the matchup is, you can still win it. But you need to farm up so you have that advantage. You can't be even in the bad matchup.